Okay, so guys, we are officially at the bathroom in Istanbul at the airport. We stationed ourselves here and basically did a little bit of a nighttime cleanse routine, went to the bathroom, all that stuff. Because it is currently 12:52 a.m.
And our gate is available.
Our gate is available, and we just got to Turkey probably an hour and a half ago-ish. Yeah. So we ate some food, which I totally forgot to film. I remember that now. But yeah, it was just like some wraps with like feta cheese and spinach and stuff, like some Turkish foods that they have here, like some easy foods. And now we're gonna look for a gate for the next flight. So that next flight is gonna be 16 hours long. We're trying to sleep, so we just filled our water bottles, we freshened up a little bit for the night, and then let's just go get this gate. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update that we are in Istanbul right now. We have eaten food twice. One on the airplane, one on this thing. It was 4 hours here-ish, 3.5. We're gonna go get this gate, so let's go. Where are we, Alma?
We're in Mexico City on Oslo.
Yes, indeed.
Fly to Cancun. I can't speak right now.
That is very accurate. Yes, hair snapping. And I'm gonna take a face mask. And honestly, I feel like we're just dying out here. Okay, hey guys, so I am finally, or we are, Jonas over there, finally in Mexico. So this was the place that we were planning on going to. So as you could see from the video, our traveling to get here was quite the journey. To be honest, I don't think I really filmed that much of this travel over here. Mostly because it took us about 20 hours and it's like went throughout the night and you just end up being super exhausted.
More than 20 hours.
Yeah. How many hours?
It's 25 hours from you take off from Oslo.
Oh wow, okay, never mind, 25, that's a lot more than 20. 25 hours to get here. So we got here actually yesterday, but we got here and we had to go to the grocery store. We just kind of had to eat some food and adapt. So I didn't film yesterday. It was more of a let's just settle in a little bit. So it is officially Friday, April 29th, and we went to the gym, had some breakfast, and we're sitting on the balcony. So I figured this would be the perfect time to tell you guys about our journey to get here. I'm gonna try and make this short, but we obviously started out, I started out in Oslo, Yama in Ålesund. We flew Turkish Airlines. So our first our first they layover, but it's not a layover. Our first connecting flight went to Istanbul at 3 p.m. and it probably took us a good hour to stand in line and get checked in. And then once we finally checked in and went through security and all of that, got some food and passport control. And then we had to wait in this line to go through boarding, which we've done before going to the States, so nothing new there. And finally, once we got on the airplane and got into the air, I think we had one meal on that flight and it took us about 4 hours. First flight was like, it was okay. The screens, as you can see in the video, was pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. We got earplugs, headphones.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get AirPods.
No, I said earplugs.
Oh yeah, earplugs. We got some earplugs to listen to, so like be able to watch a movie or whatever. So we got earplugs. We got one meal. I think it was like pasta. Meal was pretty good. So all the meals.
Pasta or chicken if you get.
Yeah. So we got pasta. We got some earplugs. Didn't we get another thing like the sanitary little kit? That was what we got as well, which was like hand sanitizer. And they said you had to wear a mask, but it was like you pretty much sat without the mask on the flight. It was very confusing because sometimes during landing and takeoff they're like, please take your mask on, but through the flight they didn't really say anything, so I don't know, it makes no sense to me. But we pretty much had the mask on during that flight, unless we ate, and some good 4 hours. Pretty tiring, I would say. So once we arrived in Istanbul, got off the flight, I think we were kind of tired at that point. It was closer to like 11:30 p.m. 11:30 p.m. The next flight we had was at 2:15 a.m. So at this point we're like, it's in the middle of the freaking night and you're tired. We wanted to go sit down and like eat some good food, but places were pretty much closed because it's like in the middle of the night. And the airport in Istanbul, I think this is the new airport, it was humongous, and our bags was pretty heavy, but you have to pay for like a trolley, which is really annoying because you spent all of this money on making this beautiful airport, but you have to pay for the trolley. Yeah. We ate, had some water, and then luckily they did have a water fountain. You know, I and me and my reusable water bottle. I thought that was very essential, so we found that, refilled the bottle, and we went to the bathroom, as you could see, did a little freshen up because we knew there's going to be a long flight ahead. And once we finished everything, we got ready to head to our gate. And once we got to our gate, that's where things kind of got interesting, I would say. This was like a very different situation. I don't think we've ever been in a situation like that, and it was kind of like, wow, eye-opening in that moment. So the gate. So first and foremost, I feel like Turkish Airlines is a bit chaotic because we didn't get any email saying you're checking in, you have to check in at the airport. So when we fly SAS or Norwegian or pretty much any other company that I've tried, you always get like an email the same day or the day before about your check-in and all of that information that you need to know. But we didn't really get any updates whatsoever. So you kind of feel like you never really know what the next move is. So we got to the gate, there was like not that many people there, but we saw the people started going up to the people that check your boarding passes and stuff, and we really didn't understand why, because no one really said anything and people already started doing it. So we just walked up and like gave them our passport. We were like, hey, we're from Norway. And we're like, what do you want us to do? So he just stamped the passport, and then
no, he stamped the boarding pass.
Yeah, the boarding pass. He just stamped the boarding pass, and then he just like walked away. And then we saw everybody had like all of these papers, and for me and Yana, it was like, oh my god, are we missing something? Like, did we forget to do something here? Because we're about to get on this flight that's gonna take us 16 hours, and if we forgot a paper or anything, that would be extremely sad because it's in the middle of the night. And then we just kept standing there, and then we saw more and more people kind of walking up and having their papers checked. And then we also saw a few checking people's passports. So like they were holding them up to the light to check if they were real. They had this little, like, I don't know what that's called, like this, one of those things that probably checks to see details, like the zoom. I don't know what that's called.
No, I don't know either. But
so they were like looking at the passport several times and seeing if it was real, and we were like, what's happening here? And we stood there for a while, and then all of a sudden they were making lines. We're gonna get ready to board, and it just felt a little chaotic. And we quite quickly realized that it was about a visa, and everybody needed a visa to travel. And there are countries that are an exception from a visa to go into Mexico, and Norway is one of them. I'm not sure which other countries, but I know there are several. But I think for us it was more about like, we felt like we just forgot to bring something because everybody had these papers. There was a lot of them, and some people walked up and they were checking these papers, scanning their passports and doing all of this work and like looking at their passport, making sure they were real, like really doing like heavy work on these people's documents. And some people was even sent away, like you don't have your visa, or maybe the papers wasn't right. And me and Yana was like, oh my god, we were just standing there with our passport and our flight ticket thinking, did we do something wrong here? And in the line it took a while because they had to check all these papers, and we finally got to the guys ourselves. And obviously the people that are Mexican, they don't really have to do anything, they just show them their passport and they walk past. So we walked up to the guys when we finally got to the front, and then Yana was the first one. She just sort of like had her passport open so you could see like obviously a picture and the name on it, all of that, and the ticket. And what did he say? He just said, he didn't say it.
He said you could just pass.
Yeah, it was just like you can pass, and I barely like flipped mine open because I was right after her. and he was just like, go, 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 and just passed. Like we were freaking having the same passport of people that lived here. That's how it felt. And I think for us, we realized that, wow, we were very lucky that we really didn't have to worry about anything, that we can just travel here without the visa. Didn't really have to, they didn't check our passport or look through our stuff or anything. It was just super easy, and it just felt really wrong because everybody else was stressing out. Do they have the right papers? Do they have enough papers? And it was just a very like eye-opening moment, because we've traveled a lot, but mostly in Europe, and you don't really have to have a visa. Or if we travel to the US, we tend to surround ourselves with a lot of Scandinavians as well, so we never really thought about it, even though I know that a lot of people do have to have a long process of getting that visa in the States as well. But just seeing it like in front, like us just have to walk past and don't even get a second look or not even a question. So finally got on this flight. Oh my god. Then on this flight we got a blanket, we got a headset. First we got this hygiene mat package again with like masks, hand sanitizer and stuff, and then we got this cute little purple bag, which obviously nothing wrong with those. In the bag you got a pair of socks. They have these like sticky things, long socks, very comfortable, but they're like thin, but they're very comfortable. I wonder if it's like one of those like socks that you can get at a hospital. Maybe they have a little bit of compression in them. I don't know.
Apparently didn't work.
No. So you got a pair of socks, which was really nice because we tend to bring socks. You got a pair of slippers. I don't know why I'm touching underneath them because I washed in the bathroom with these. Amazing. But you got a pair of slippers, which is great because you want to take your shoes off. You got a sleeping mask, but I always bring one. But it was nice to have. You got a pair of like ear muds if you want to like cancel out the noise. You got this lip treatments. I guess people tend to need that, which is also a thing to have. And then you got a set of toothbrush and a toothpaste. So that's a lot of great little items. 3 meals, because we did have a layover in some way. This time it was a layover, a connection in Mexico City. So after like 13 hours we stopped in Mexico City, and a lot of people left the flight.
Oh, it's not really a layover.
It's not a layover, but it was like a stop because we didn't leave the flight. So we sat there for an hour. Finally there was like about an hour and a half, 45 minutes, and then we landed in Cancun. And we kind of slept most of the trip as well, even though it's difficult to sleep sitting for that long. But as in all, but they never really told us until like we landed in Mexico City that you can have to stay on the flight. I wish we knew it before, because I think it would just like avoid a lot of that extra stress and worry that you have with you already. We landed at
Like
1:30 landing, we had to go through immigration. Once again, here we are with our non-paperless people that we are. We had to fill out this something
or something.
Yeah, this immigration form. Not a lot, and then you have to like save one of the pieces for when you leave the country, I guess. But yes, you just have to fill that out. We had to get in line. We got up together because I figured it would be easier for the both of us, so we did, and it was fine. But we just gave the passport. He basically just asked like, how long are we staying? Is it for, what is it for, like vacation? We was like, yeah. Do you have, when are you, I don't think he asked more than that. Where are you staying?
He asked where we're staying.
We just said the Airbnb. We had to put everything on the paper, so it was very quick. And then we got through. He just stamped. We passed. But waiting for our luggage took probably longer than anything. After taking this long to travel, we waited for our luggage for probably an hour. But it finally got there. We finally picked up our suitcase. We left, and then we got outside, and it was super warm. And then we were looking for our driver to pick us up, which was like also another chapter in this book. And we got in the car, and we finally got to the Airbnb, and we were just like, thank God we made it all this way. We cannot believe we're in Mexico right now, but so here we are. A little bit of how we got to Mexico. I would obviously make sure, I think it's important for them to print out your paperwork if you have papers and visas and stuff. That's that. If you have any questions about this trip or anything you're wondering about, like visas or anything at all regarding going to Mexico or why we chose Turkish Airlines and anything at all, let me know in the comments. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Bye.